10 out of 10. So good. I'm gonna make my favorite salad. And the base ingredients are cucumbers, cherry tomatoes. I love fresh dill, so I'm going to throw in fresh dill, olive oil, salt and pepper, and fresh lemon juice. Today though, I want to remix it and add additional ingredients. I normally use fresh red onions, but today I want to try pickled red onions. This is so yummy. I'm also going to be adding sliced Greek Kalamata olives and adding pitted Italian olives. So yummy. I already had a little bit of taste test. So good. And then I'm going to top it off with crumbled feta cheese. I am making a little bit extra today because I'm making some for my new neighborhood friends. I got additional containers here. There's enough love to go around. So sometime tomorrow, I'm going to deliver them my favorite salad and show them a little bit of love. So I've already washed my hands, and since I'm making this for other people, I am going to put gloves just to make sure they know that I took additional tender loving care making this salad. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to chop up this dill. So I've already chopped some of the cucumbers. They're already in this bowl. So I'm gonna show you how I cut, peel, and remove the seed from this cucumber. So first off, I just cut the ends. I cut this in half. It just makes it easier to work with. And you take a peeler. I like to leave a little bit of the peel on the cucumber. It looks like this. It's also aesthetically more appealing, especially in your salad, because inside of a cucumber it's pale, so it gives it that nice contrast. So you just want to do the same for the other one, and then from there you take one of the halves and cut it in half like so. Do the same thing for the other one. I like to remove the seeds because cucumber has a high water content. And so over time, when you have it in the bowl, it starts to get watery. So removing the seed will help that, and it maintains the crunch of the cucumber. So take any spoon that you have, and we're just gonna use this to scrape off the seed. I already started with this big ass spoon. I should have just grabbed a smaller spoon, but I'm just gonna go ahead and continue on with this one. I just hold it really sturdy and then I just press down. There it is, you see the seeds, and just make sure any additional remaining seeds, you just scrape it off. Ooh, it is very watery. And you take one of these cucumbers and then cut it lengthwise in half. Do the same for all. And then it's going to be really easy for you to cut it down into little bite-sized pieces like so. And now all of the cucumbers are in here. I've already pre-washed and cleaned the cherry tomatoes. You know what this reminds me of, and I think this is why I love cooking. When I was in my teens, when I first got here in the United States, I watched Julia Child, and it was on PBS. I watched the show. And my mom is also a very good cook. She is. And my mom had a lot of cookbooks. And I would just go to the kitchen and take a look at the cookbook and then go to the grocery store and make whatever it is that I wanted to make. But since then, to be honest, I cook based off of kind of this natural ability, I guess, to just eyeball a dish and make it. I haven't followed a recipe in such a long time, but if it is for a special event and I really want to make sure that I get it right, I'll definitely follow the recipe to the T. But for the most part, the stuff that I do every single day for myself, I just intuitively grab ingredients and put it together. Most of the time, it's a hit, but every now and again, it's a flop. I love cooking for my girls. And now that they're adults, it's just me. I cook for myself. And I still enjoy it a lot. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's like a baby heirloom tomato. How did this little guy get in here? But it's all right. Yeah, this is a baby heirloom tomato. So good. And sometimes I eat this just as a snack. Just grab a handful of it and I'll just eat it. Love it. Cut all of the cherry tomatoes and they're all going in here. Most of the tedious work is done. I think the cherry tomatoes is the most time-consuming part of making the salad. Okay, now for the cheese. So I'm just gonna open this container and get from the grocery store already crumbled feta cheese. I like to get the uncrumbled version and crumble it myself. Also, I like to work with my hands, so it's really fun to just crumble this and you have control over how big or how small your crumbles are going to be. When I do my preps like this, where there's fresh ingredients to prepare, it's really the moment where I relax and spend me time doing something I really, really love. All right, there you go. It's so much fun. It's like play. This part anyway, it feels like I'm playing with clay. So yeah, I just moved in this neighborhood. I'm in the downtown area about 2 months ago, and I'm still getting to know people. I still have some of my friends that I met south from here. I actually bumped into a person that unexpectedly that I didn't expect to bump into yesterday. So I was out and about. They had an event a few blocks away from here, and I'm glad I went. And it was really interesting because he had sent me an email and said, "Hey, where have you been? How come you didn't say goodbye to me when you moved?" And I said, "Well, I don't say goodbyes unless I know for sure it's a goodbye. I mean, we still live in the same city and we'll bump into each other." And then lo and behold, we did bump into each other yesterday. And really nice time walking around the downtown area and trying all of the different restaurants, because they had an event where restaurants were promoting their businesses, and got to taste a little bit of what was available during the event yesterday. So anyway, here it is, the crumbles. There it is. I think it's time for me to remove my gloves. Oh, not yet, because I still have lemon to squeeze. All right, I did wash the gloves off because it's got the residue from the feta cheese. So I'm gonna cut these lemons in little wedges. It's easy for me to squeeze the juice into this bowl. Don't like those lemon squeezers because they don't get all of the juices out of the lemon. I prefer to manually squeeze it with my hands. So I'm gonna squeeze the lemons in here. I think this is enough juice. Okay, I'm just gonna scoop. That's a good amount right there. I need a fork. I haven't washed dishes yet, so I don't have any clean forks, and I'm being lazy right now. So I'm gonna use this. Let me see if, yep, good. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna put some in here. Oh my gosh, that looks so yummy already. I think that's a good amount. Doesn't this look so good already? Good amount for this portion. Okay, I'm gonna add some green olives. Yeah, I think that's good. So I'm gonna mix this up, and then I'm gonna add feta cheese on top. See, isn't that beautiful? And then why don't I go ahead and add some more fresh black peppers. All right, mix this up. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. All right, now for the taste test, I wanna make sure I get a little bit of everything in this scoop. Get in there. There it is. I need another piece of cucumber. So I've got a black olive underneath, a green olive. I'm gonna add an additional piece of that pickled red onion, and feta cheese is right here. So here we go. Wow. Wow. I love it. More salt. for sure. So I'm gonna put just a little bit. Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10. I'm not bullshitting. 10 out of 10. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave this big batch as is. And then if I'm going to eat it, I'm just gonna add the ingredients to this. And I'm also going to add the feta cheese when I'm about to serve it. But now, why don't we go ahead and pack the 3 containers for my friends. Okay, so I've got my 3 bowls. Yeah, there's enough for everyone. I'm gonna do 2 scoops each. Be just a little bit more. 2.5, give them a little bit more love. And I can always make more for myself. There's more for me. This will last me through tomorrow. I make this all the time. I'll just make more. Now I do want to add that pinch of salt to each. Not a whole lot, just a pinch. The black olives. Yes, I can certainly use a spoon for this, but I have dirty dishes that I still have to wash. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Green olives. And then we're gonna add the pickled red onions. And I'm going to put a generous amount in there. And then I'm gonna mix this together. Look at that. Do the same here. And then I am going to do a quality taste test just to make sure I didn't over salt it. Perfect. So good. And to cap it off, I'm going to put feta cheese, generous amount. I'm not gonna mix it because I don't want it to get soggy. And then I'll deliver this to my friends tomorrow so they'll have something to eat for lunch. And before I drop this off to them tomorrow, I'm gonna open the lids, drizzle a little bit of olive oil, and add additional crushed black pepper. I can easily meal prep the salad and put them in containers like this, and it's easy for me to grab and eat from my fridge because I do work from home. But again, I opt to just use the big bowl and then scoop it into another bowl and eat. But you see how easy it is for you to prepare food in advance, especially a healthy salad like this one, and then cook whatever protein that you want to pair with your meal. But with that, this is not for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge. And as for me, I'm gonna finish the rest of the bowl of my salad. I have one more dish to make for myself for this week, and it's pasta with garlic and anchovy sauce. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe so you'll get alerted when that video is available. Cheers. 10 out of 10. So good.